Get ready to dive deep into the atomic awesomeness of Atom Eve. If you're a fan of comics and all things superpowered, you're in for a treat. Atom Eve, the woman in pink when she's not saving the day, is no ordinary superhero. With her vast abilities, she's one heck of a warrior in the Invincible universe. But it's not just about her impressive array of powers. Atom Eve's story is a roller coaster ride of love, tragedy, and family, with a dash of moral complexity thrown in for good measure. From her romantic entanglements with fellow heroes to the challenges of parenthood and the battles that shape her character, there's no shortage of drama. So buckle up, fellow nerds, as we dissect the anatomy of Atom Eve, exploring her powers, weaknesses, and the compelling journey that makes her a standout character in the world of comics. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin.
Eve Wilkins, and I defy you to even remember who I am!
Who is Atom Eve? How does she get her powers? Atom Eve, or Samantha E. Wilkins to her parents, this teenage superhero is a major player in the Invincible universe. And boy, does she bring the heat. She used to roll with a team crew, but jumped ship when she discovered her two-timing boyfriend, Rex Splode, was up to no good with Duplicate. No wonder she ditched that drama. Now let's talk about her powers. Atom Eve isn't your average hero. She's got the mind-bending ability to manipulate matter on a subatomic scale. Translation? She can turn stuff into other stuff, create crazy force weapons, and even take to the skies whenever she feels like it. But her powers didn't pop up until she hit her teenage years. At the ripe old age of 12, she accidentally turned her science book into glass after a spat with her dad. If you think that's cool, there are about 100 other tricks up her sleeve. Her origin story is a wild ride. Her mom, Polly, was a guinea pig in a secret Pentagon experiment way before the Global Defense Agency was a thing. Some mad scientist named Erickson was calling the shots, and a doctor named Brandyworth had a soft spot for Polly, soft enough that he swapped her baby at birth, leaving Atom Eve with a new set of folks who had no clue what was really going on. Fast forward a bit, and our girl Eve discovers her nifty powers to rearrange matter, which is basically her cue to put on that iconic pink suit and take on the bad guys. But guess what? Erickson catches wind of her abilities and sends her mutant siblings after her. Long story short, there's a gruesome showdown, and Eve comes out on top, but not without some serious emotional scars. Things go bad to worse when Eve watches Dr. Brandyworth get offed by Erickson and her mom die in a stasis cell. If this wasn't bad enough, it turns out Polly was kept alive just for some twisted breeding experiment. Eve wipes the villains' minds and heads out, determined to keep her moral compass in check. Her family dynamic isn't all sunshine and rainbows either. She's had her share of beef with her parents, especially her gruff dad, Adam. He even chowed down to her birthday cake before she had a chance to cut it, so no surprise, she swapped out their family photo for one featuring Dr. Brandyworth and her mutant siblings. Eve's all about peace and love, which is probably why things didn't work out with Mark. Trust issues from her past and a life filled with lies and control made it tough for her to find happiness. And let's not even get started on her rocky relationship with the Guardians of the Globe. Stay tuned, nerds, because Atom Eve's story is far from over, and things are bound to get even crazier.
I literally was.
She can make things like green lanterns, but without any ring. If you're new to the world of Atom Eve, let me simplify this for you. She's like the Green Lantern, but without the fancy ring. How does she do it? We know this little pink bomb can tinker with atoms on a molecular level. When she gets all focused, she projects this pink psionic energy field that's like her artistic canvas. With this power, she can reshape atomic particles into whatever she can dream up. And get this, it's so darn mysterious that it even keeps energy from escaping when she's busy shuffling matter around. Now, the big question is, how much can she transform at once? There's still a head-scratcher, but there was this one time when she turned a chunk of barren farmland into a lush field of crops. Her transformations are like the Energizer Bunny, but they keep going and going unless she decides to hit that undo button. Oh, and that snazzy Atom Eve suit she rocks, she just whips it up by tweaking her regular clothes. She has definitely got the ultimate fashion hack. In a nutshell, Atom Eve isn't just a superhero, she's a reality-bending powerhouse who can whip up miracles with a flick of her pink-tinged imagination. Now that's what I call some serious girl power.
Every single molecule around us, I can touch them, taste them, control.
She has the ability to wipe out memory. You thought Adam Eve was just about transmuting matter and making cool costumes? Nope, she's got a trick that's straight out of a sci-fi thriller. She can wipe out memories like it's nobody's business. As we discuss in her origin story, things take a dark turn when she witnesses the gruesome demise of Dr. Brandyworth and her mom Polly. The trauma from that horror show is like a mental gym workout for Adam Eve, and it unlocks a whole new level of her powers. See, there were these pesky mental blocks put in place by Brandyworth so that she couldn't harm innocent beings. After that traumatic showdown, she basically says, to heck with that, and starts messing with the minds of Erickson and his sidekick. They end up forgetting everything about her and the whole crazy incident. So yeah, above everything else, Adam Eve can also erase her memory like a neural ninja. It's the ultimate power move and a cherry on top of her origin story. Can she project energy beams? Like I mentioned earlier, she's got at least 100 tricks, and one of them is the ability to shoot energy beams that pack a punch. Think of her like a walking arsenal. She's learned to channel her transmutation powers into these energy blasts that can do all sorts of damage. We're talking concussive force that can knock you off your feet and explosive power that'll make things go boom. She's like the Swiss Army knife of superheroes when it comes to energy blasts, intense heat, and even light emission. These are all in her wheelhouse. Need to melt some obstacles? She's got you covered. Want to manipulate objects like a boss? She can do that too. So when Adam Eve gets in the ring, you better watch out. She's not just about pretty pink suits and memory wipes. She's got the firepower to back it all up.
Try to keep up.
Does she have invisible wings? Nope, no invisible wings here, but Adam Eve's got something even cooler, the power of flight. Flying is her ticket to superhero stardom in the Invincible series. When she takes the disguise, she's like the queen of the aerial domain. This isn't just about looking awesome, it's about getting stuff done. Adam Eve can zip across long distances in the blink of an eye, which is a game changer for search and rescue missions, evacuations, surveillance, and recon work. But it's not just about getting from point A to point B. Her flight skills also amp up her combat game. Imagine having the high ground in a battle. That's Adam Eve when she's airborne. She can fly without a care in the world about the landscape below. It's like a symbol of freedom and optimism, all wrapped up in this one superhero. She can even mess with the air around her to take flight or create force fields for added protection. So when it comes to Adam Eve, the sky's not the limit. It's just the beginning of her superhero awesomeness. Does she have healing ability? You bet your sweet super suit she does. Adam Eve's got some serious healing powers, and it's a game changer in a do-or-die situation. Using her ability to tinker with matter and molecular structure like a boss, she can put the pedal to the metal in your body's natural healing process. Got a boo-boo? She'll have you on the mend faster than you can say ouch. But that's not all. Adam Eve's got a regeneration trick too. If you're missing a body part or have some serious damage, she can kickstart the growth process and have you back to full health in no time. It's like having your own personal miracle worker on speed dial. Now here's where it gets interesting. Her healing powers raise some serious moral questions. You know, the whole should we mess with nature debate. Every time she uses her abilities to save someone, it's a real soul-searching moment for her, and it helps her mature as a hero. And get this, when Eve takes a fatal hit or dies of old age, she's not down for the count. Nope, she bounces right back, regenerating and even de-aging to her prime. Talk about the ultimate power-up. She can teleport. Hold on to your teleporter discs, because Adam Eve can teleport like a pro. This superpower isn't just about showing off, it's a tactical game changer. When danger comes knocking, Adam Eve can zip across vast distances in the blink of an eye. Think of it as the ultimate get-out-of-trouble card. But it's not just about making a quick exit, she's a team player through and through. Whether it's sneaking in unnoticed, pulling off the perfect getaway, keeping an eye on the bad guys, or setting up a surprise attack, Adam Eve's teleportation skills are like having a jack-of-all-trades like tactics in her arsenal. So when the going gets tough, this superhero doesn't just stand on the ground waiting for a miracle, she teleports her way to victory. It's all in a day's work for the one and only Adam Eve.
Babe.
Does she have any love interest? Can she reproduce? Love, drama, and family. Adam Eve's got it all going on, my fellow nerds. Adam Eve and Mark Grayson, who goes by Invincible in the hero world, started out as friends and colleagues. They've been saving the day together as superheroes for a while before things took a romantic turn. Sparks flew, and after Eve had dated Rex Splode, she finally spilled the beans to Mark and that she had feelings for him all along. Their relationship officially kicked off with a superhero-worthy kiss after a battle that led to Eve's temporary kidnapping. I must say, that's one heck of a memorable first date. These lovebirds didn't just save the world, they went on romantic globe-trotting dates and even started a security firm called Invincible Inc. It was like a match made in superhero heaven. But of course, superhero life comes with its ups and downs. Eve and Mark's love story hit a rough patch when Mark's brief strike at Adam Eve during a battle nearly killed her. It took some serious overclocking of her powers to save the day and mend their relationship. But love conquers all, right? Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Eve and Mark's love led to something truly special. They were expecting a baby, but before they could start picking out baby names, Mark got dragged into the Viltrumite War, and Eve had to make a heartbreaking decision to have an abortion during his absence. However, when Mark returned, they got a second chance at parenthood. Their daughter Tara came into the world, and she represented everything they cherished about Earth. But their journey wasn't all smooth sailing. Mark had been through some serious trauma, and Eve had her own relationship during his absence, which made things a tad complicated. But you know what they say? Love prevails. Despite the challenges, they built a life together, and even after Mark's mind got thrown back into the past, they reconciled and started anew. Time flew, and their daughter Tara grew up fast while Mark was stuck in some time travel shenanigans, but hey, that's life in the superhero lane. Tragedy struck when they were attacked by the villainous Thrag and discovered that Mark's brother Oliver had died. The story takes a twist when Eve seemingly passes away, but her powers pull a magic trick and she's back to her youthful self. Together, they watched their daughter Tara grow into an impressive young woman, and Adam Eve and Invincible live long, happy lives. Adam Eve and Mark's love story is like a roller coaster ride through the pages of a superhero comic, complete with all the twists and turns you could ever imagine. Does she have any weaknesses? Even superheroes have their kryptonite, and Adam Eve is no exception. Here are a couple of her weaknesses. First up, we've got the issue of rapid caloric depletion. See, when Adam Eve goes all transmutation crazy, she absorbs unused atoms into her body. Sounds cool, right? Well, the catch is she's got to get rid of those atoms as waste. Translation? On a busy day of superhero action, she might find herself visiting the bathroom more often than your average person. We're talking 6 or 7 times, and when she was pregnant, she had to be extra careful because using her powers too much could have put her child Tara in danger. Then there's those pesky mental blocks. You see, the government didn't want Adam Eve going all out with her powers, so they installed these mental barriers to keep her in check. But due to her extreme emotional trauma, she could override those blocks. It's like her powers break free when she's pushed to the limit. Whether it's conquest, Ursal, or the traumatic events involving her parents, those mental blocks can be bypassed. Once they've overridden, she can work her magic on organic matter as well, which otherwise is a no-go zone for her. Hence, Adam Eve's weaknesses are a mix of bodily quirks and emotional triggers. Even she has her vulnerable side. Marvelous verdict. In the world of comics and pop culture, Adam Eve stands tall as a symbol of empowerment, resilience, and the enduring human spirit. Her story reminds us that even when faced with rapid caloric depletion or mental blocks, we all have the potential to overcome our weaknesses and emerge stronger than ever. So here's to Adam Eve, a hero with a heart as powerful as her abilities and a character who continues to inspire and entertain nerds and fans alike. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars, fellow enthusiasts. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.